They say every forest has its secrets, but some are better left undisturbed. Deep in the heart of Oregon lies Whisperwood, a forest with a reputation as dark as its deepest shadows. By day, it's a paradise for hikers and nature lovers. But as the sun dips below the horizon, the locals know to stay away. They say the forest changes, that it calls to you. For years, stories have circulated about strange whispers carried on the wind after dusk. Disappearances, though rare, were always linked to Whisperwood. The official explanation was always simple: getting lost, animal attacks. But the townspeople knew better. They spoke of a haunting melody, a voice that knew your deepest sorrows. Ranger Evelyn Hayes was a pragmatist. She'd been stationed at Whisperwood for 5 years and had heard all the ghost stories. She dismissed them as campfire tales, the product of overactive imaginations. But when a young hiker went missing, and his last text message to a friend simply read, "I hear her calling me," Evelyn knew she had to investigate, even if it meant staying past sunset. As twilight bled across the sky, painting the canopy in shades of purple and orange, Evelyn ventured deeper than she ever had before. The usual symphony of the forest, the chirping crickets, the rustling leaves fell silent. An unnerving stillness settled in, and then she heard it, a soft, breathy whisper. "Evelyn." She froze, her heart hammering against her ribs. It sounded like it was right beside her ear. She spun around, flashlight beam cutting through the gloom. Nothing, just ancient moss-covered trees standing like silent sentinels. She told herself it was the wind, a trick of the mind. But then it came again, clearer this time. "Evelyn, I've missed you." It was her mother's voice. Her mother, who had passed away a decade ago. Every inflection, every gentle nuance, was perfect. Tears welled in Evelyn's eyes. Her rational mind screamed that it was impossible, but her grieving heart ached to believe it. Drawn by an invisible thread, she followed the voice, deeper and deeper into the woods. The whispers grew, weaving a tapestry of grief and longing. She heard her grandfather, who taught her how to fish, his familiar chuckle echoing through the trees. She heard her childhood best friend, lost in a tragic accident, calling her name just like they used to when they played hide-and-seek. The forest was playing a symphony of her past, plucking the strings of her most painful memories. It knew her, and it was using her love against her. Finally, she stumbled into a clearing. In the center stood a colossal gnarled tree, its branches twisted like arthritic fingers reaching for the moon. The whispers converged here, emanating from the very wood of the tree. It was a chorus of sorrow, the voices of all the lost souls the forest had claimed. As she stared, mesmerized, the ground beneath her feet seemed to shift. The branches of the surrounding trees began to writhe and reach for her, no longer inanimate objects but living, grasping appendages. The path she'd followed was gone, swallowed by the encroaching woods. Panic finally sliced through her grief-stricken haze. This wasn't a reunion, it was a trap. The forest wasn't just whispering. It was hunting. With a surge of adrenaline, Evelyn turned and ran, ignoring the pleading voices that now turned to desperate cries. She scrambled through thorns and over roots, the forest itself seeming to conspire against her, tripping her, tearing at her clothes. She burst out of the tree line, gasping for air, collapsing at the edge of the road. She had escaped, but a part of her soul felt like it was still back there, trapped in that clearing. Whisperwood Forest was permanently closed to the public the next day. The official story cited dangerous and unstable terrain. But the legend persists. They say the forest still whispers, calling out to the lonely and the broken-hearted, promising to reunite them with what they've lost, a beautiful lie to lure them into an eternity of darkness. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy chilling stories like this, be sure to subscribe.